Hey, hey. What's good, man? How you doing? It's Grim or Jay. I'm fine with either one that you call me. But I wanted to say thank you for being here. All of our respective efforts and everything that we've just done for like another year is I never know what to say in these moments except for just thank you. And I feel like I'm always playing catch up, just trying to like say, hey, thank you guys. I know there's always like a lot of internal stuff in my head, both good and bad, but I will speak on the parts that are mainly more good than anything else before, yeah, I don't know. But it's just like whenever I say something, I normally try to stick and abide by it, because if there's one of the few things that my dad, no, my bad, not few. I meant few as in like the majority that you should know and you should do. But one of the many, many things that my dad has taught me that's like very significant is your word is your bond. If you say you're going to do something, look, hey, just try to stay on top of it and do it. I'm gonna just do like a quick little thing, real quick. You can skip like 10 seconds, 20, I don't know. But look, try to get you some blue light glasses. It may not block out everything, but I promise you, it puts less strain on your eyes, and you won't go blind. Like these things are actual, well, literal game changers, but just changers as a whole. If you're doing like anything with a screen in front of your face, just try to get you one of these, and I promise you, your eyes will thank you. But back to what we were talking about. Uh, I still tell you all this though. I know that we said we're gonna be doing a lot of things. We're gonna go back to some others. I wanted to tell y'all, hey, my days whenever I'm not at my work, whenever I'm not doing YouTube, any of all that other stuff, I work at my other job. I know Avi's sitting here offended going, he said the word job. But I work from Sunday to Thursday. Like I said, Sundays are still normally my off days, but try to expect more things around Friday and Saturday if that's okay. And hey, Avi said we ended up gaining 280 plus subscribers from this year. I try not to be like a numbers or like very business oriented guy, cause is look, I know how to do that stuff well. It's just I try to focus on the more fun aspect, the aspect of just like why are people coming in? What is something that we can improve it, or just how do we make the experience a lot better? Not just the like you're chasing a number, you're chasing the X, Y, and Z. That's why I feel like I just show up, say hey, we start up a conversation, we probably go have fun. Y'all probably roast the shit out of me. I might roast the shit out of you. I might crash out. Shit, y'all might crash out. We rage bait each other. It's just think about like you peer back a window like that one behind me, and it's just like your friend is there. Probably not on some creepy shit, but it's just like, hey man, why haven't you been to see me in a good while? What's going on? You talk for a bit, you either go on about your stuff or you join in on the fun and festivities, and we all just make some nice memories. Granted, if I do have more. No, that's another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about, right? Is I always express that throughout everything that we all do, there's creativity and fun to be had, turning literally nothing into something. Henceforth, a fucking YouTube channel. Give me a second, I gotta get real comfortable for this. Ooh. Ooh. Think about it like this: a entire fork, a knife, and a spoon, right? And I don't want no one to go like, where the fuck is he pulling these things out? I was eating chicken and cereal earlier, and we're not going to talk about the intricacies about the chicken, but think about these three utensils, right? The fork you use to just like poke and just plop shit into your mouth is easier. You can even cut with it too. Think of it being like the great mid range between the knife and the spoon. I mean, because think about it, that little thing right there, that part right there, you can hold something into it if possible. It allows you to string up stuff a little bit. That's why I said that's like the mid range between these two. And then the next one, we have the spoon. This allows you to scoop stuff. You can still cut stuff, but maybe not as good or whatever. It just depends. But it allows you to scoop stuff or collect things in a better way. And same thing with a knife. Yes, I know I'm explaining the fucking intricacies. I'm gonna stop doing that because look, I expect you guys to at least be. I don't tend to underestimate people. I try to meet you somewhere at like a base level at minimum, or at least I try to treat y'all like y'all are smart, unless someone shows me otherwise. Hopefully, you can adapt that into your modern day in life as well. But think about stuff like that. Someone probably got a stick or some shit, right? Poked like a berry or something, and was just like, whoa, this is like a good extender. Let me, instead of using your fucking hands, where it's just like, sure, you can still eat your stuff, but think about it. You're probably eating it off like the ground. I'm talking like ancient. I don't fucking know where I'm going with this, but hopefully you understand it. Like I said with the previous videos, is that hey, you normally get around to this time of the year where it's like, hey, new year, new me, all this other shit. You know what was the thing that used to consume me more than anything else? Fear. And I mean the genuine fear of just like, let me tell y'all something, right? I've been doing this type of stuff since middle school. Yeah, I know you guys are about to call me unk, old, all this other shit, because I'm going to be 23 literally next Saturday, so yippee. But for all my people that are younger, or for anyone who is older, for anyone who is my age, let me tell you something that made it a lot easier for me throughout the years, right? We're gonna get into deep territory, so oh boy. Oh boy. I hope you guys are fucking ready. I'm gonna go grab a drink. So I would say skip 10 to 20 seconds ahead, you know what I mean? Cause it's gonna get up there. We got the double cup. Um, I will try to do my best to edit it out, but like I said, just skip 10, 20 seconds until like I come back. I'm sorry, I'm recording this shit off a PlayStation, so GG. I know you guys are probably saying, why can't you edit it? Why can't you go to your computer? Shit. I wonder that too sometimes. All right, and we are back. The reason I tell you guys these things is because it's just, I'd hate to see someone in the same spot, position, all the other shit that I've been through. I feel like I've genuinely been through a lifetime of pain, and I fluctuate between that pain, some very, very morbid shit, and genuine happy and hopeful moments. For example, like things are a lot more stable. I'm a little bit more happier. But the thing is that I've always had a soft spot and affinity towards the people that I love very much. And I know you're thinking, yeah, who the hell doesn't? Sometimes I can be a very cold and distant person. I can be very hard to get to, all this other shit, but it's due to a lot of past shit, you know what I mean? That I will reveal over in time because that's how do I explain this? Weird thing I can tell you guys is that hey, if you want something to either I almost said a cheat code, not really. Well, yes and no, but like depends on your comfortability level. We all have stories. We're all people. We're all interesting, whether you want. But we're all interesting. We're all people. We all have something about us at the end of the day. Whether you want to recognize that or not, you still have a voice. I mean, hell, for fuck's sake, you're on the internet looking at me, talking with me, hearing me, all this other stuff. So I tell you this, right? Oh boy. The things that make you you are also some other people. We're all not the exact people, but like I said, that's what makes us us. I like to tell y'all things, like I said, to just hope you avoid it. I'm gonna stop fucking looping around in a circle. But if you would love to hear more stories and shit about just anything, or if you have a topic you would love for me to talk about, I gotcha. And if I don't know it, hey, I have no shame in admitting that I don't know. We will go somewhere or someone who does happen to know it. But fear. To prove how fucking old I am, how do I explain this? 2013, 11 years old. My oh my, how does time fly by? Back when you had to worry about fucking Gangnam Style, what does a fox say, all that other shit whenever it was coming out. Gangsta rap, all this like other shit that I was around at the time. Middle school, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. During school, I'm genuinely not gonna lie to you. I was a badass kid. I still meant well. I was just a mischievous little fuck. Think of like Loki, but borderline. I got in trouble so much. Anytime I got my name called, I would genuinely sit there and be like, "What am I in trouble for?" Because I did so much shit. I didn't even know what I did, or I didn't even know what they were getting me for. Is what I meant. Don't get me started on elementary and middle school. Every week to a month, my parents would be called. So try not to be like that, for the love of goodness gracious. A lot of it wasn't even for attention. Majority of the time, I just did it because I fucking felt like it. But back to the fair aspect and why it relates and starts at 2013. Twitch, for example, used to be more about gaming, and I would see very popular figures, some of the people who have still stuck around and etc. to today. And I will remember always just same thing with YouTube as well. I just remember always sitting there thinking to myself, you know what? As I grow up, I genuinely want to be a streamer. I genuinely want to be a YouTuber, this and the other shit. And here's another thing I would tell you. Other people will tell you that your dream, your etc. Stop saying the word dream. Just saying the thing that you are going to become. Because remember, dreams are only whenever your ass is going like you're going to become it. Just keep working. It's on you to not give up. But I tell you what, you can still take breaks. Just don't lose sight of it. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, I remember growing up, I wanted to be a lot of things. I wanted to be a boxer. I have asthma. It still didn't stop me from learning other martial arts, but because of that, I learned that there are other martial arts besides goddamn boxing. And it's so fun to see all of it because it's like an elegant art form that you get to express and show to people that, hey, this is my way of connecting with you or beating your fucking ass. I mean, shit is both. I love it. But I like to see it as an art form mainly. I wanted to be a doctor, mainly the guy that would, you see within the office and stuff like that. I would check up on you, maybe have a conversation, just say, "Hey, how you feeling?" All this other shit. And when I stayed with my mom, she used to work at the hospital. Okay, good timing on the burp, I guess. I saw how some of those doctors were living, how some of them were operating. As I'm walking my little ass into the hospital, the LSU hospital, well, one of their main branches and shit like that, I see people sleeping in their car. And it's doctors with the coats on and everything, and some of them just looked dog tired, etc. And they were still performing to the best that they could. And when I saw that, it shattered the living shit out of my dreams of becoming a doctor because I was just like, I got to see firsthand a lot of what some of them went through. They even talked to me and they were just like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Because, as I grow up and everything, I learned money isn't everything. Don't get me wrong, money will solve your fucking money problems, but you still have other shit. For example, if you have a kid, and yeah, there's an ongoing joke that I have more than fucking 31 baby mamas, but we will not talk about that. That is a discussion for literally another day. Chicken, Avi, and everyone else, I know you're going to bring that up, so please bring it up. I will have my Switch ready. Nick. But and I wanted to join the military. I recently learned from a coworker I could have gotten a waiver for that during the time that I did go in, and I was still upset about that. But at the same time, why does all of this relate? Because sometimes, how do I explain this? There's reasonable fear, and then there's fear of just the unknown and all that other shit, and those are perfectly understandable. Like I said with the boxer thing, I could have absolutely went the distance, but I ended up making a lot of excuses and shit for myself, still do, in terms of like, you have asthma, your lungs are literally just going to be throwing gang signs at you while you're trying to throw like a flicker jab. Like, you think you're going to be going in like, oh my bad, I'm trying to get into my stance where it's like, you think you're going to be I can't get into the stance without smacking the shit out of my mic, but like, hold up. You think you're going to be getting in like this, and it's like, you try going in for a jab, this, that, and the other shit. Do. And you got to do cardio training. You got to do a whole lot of training. And it's just like, I've done it before, but it's a lot of maintenance. And yeah, that fucking comes with anything. But to the degree that, honestly, I just didn't want it that bad enough. So I found other things that I was more passionate about. So I left boxing alone and kept that strictly as a hobby. The doctor stuff, I already gave my reasons for that. The mental stuff behind it was no, no, no. Military, I thought because of my asthma, I would have been limited, especially in times of war, all that other shit, and I felt like I would have been a liability. But there was also streaming, where I took a love and affinity for it, where it was just like, mainly it was video games, but I saw that you get to be able to connect, talk to people, just have whatever you make out of it. If you want to throw a fucking spectacle, fireworks, just flashes, booms, explosions, people just riding around with horses and shit in the air. I don't fucking know, nor do I care. Okay, I do kind of care. I mean, imagine like a flaming pony in the sky, just like going doo 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 doo. And it's just whatever you make it. It's like the ultimate way to express yourself. Well, one of. It allows you to be you. Or you play a fucking character, whatever the hell feels comfortable for you. And I remember making some Twitch accounts. Yeah, at first, whenever I started, there was like a lot of people that would flock over to my stuff and all that. But on top of that, I was also a fucking jit, so GG. But I hate that I have forgotten some of those people genuinely. All I have is just the memories of all of us just having fun. Sometimes my neighbor would come over, we do COD, I'd play COD with them, I get my ass whooped or I whoop their ass. We just sit there, just talk, try to improve, have fun. The main thing was just having fun and just going, hey, that was a really good day. Hope to see you again next time. And eventually, family or certain friends would find out. I would get super embarrassed. And you know what was one of the dumbest decisions I would do? Delete the channel. Just gone, deleted. Because I get embarrassed and be like, whoa, you're not supposed to find out. I remember some nights I would stay up on the family computer that my mom got for me and my sister and for her as well if she was able to make it there. My bad. Sometimes some of these things are hard to say because it's just you remember it for a split second and you just hopefully you carry on. But I remember while she was cooking us breakfast and I'm just sitting there, I'm on the game or whatever. Me and my sister are just having slight arguments while roasting the shit out of each other. And my mom would just say, Jay, I saw what you was working on, and I like that. And I would just sit there and go, wait, you like this? I was so confused. I was like, what? Wait, really? Because it took me aback because some people I would try to show them some of the stuff that I worked on, and I'm not gonna lie, even speaking and thinking about it now, I kind of get back into like it's like legit traveling back and just feeling all of that. Where some people would look at me and just be like, "What the hell is this? You're a jackass. You need to stop this." Like it would be negative, but no actual like criticism. They would just say this is bad. Not all of them, but at the time you're a kid and you can't help but focus on nothing but the negative. I know some other people can do the opposite, like I do the opposite now, but it was just like it would tug at my heart and it would be like, how many times have you worked on or you've done something that everyone's like either that's childish, that's dumb or whatever, like drawing, right? They're like, you need to grow up, stop doodling, stop X, Y, and Z. And it's just, it does something to you. It does. I've always been very self aware and smart to a certain degree as a kid, right? And I learned, okay, adult life looks like it would kind of suck, especially depending on what the hell you're trying to do, trying to figure yourself out, all this other shit, right? And another incident where I was completely taken aback, right, is once again back to middle school, right? 8th grade, right before I go into high school. Well, 6th and 8th grade, genuinely, but my bad, 7th and 8th grade. 6th was a different thing. Christ, I got some stories from 6th grade. That shit is fucking funny as hell, bro. Funny, but tragic, and you won't forget some of that shit. But 7th and 8th grade, I went to a charter school, right? And like I said, I was taken completely aback by, hey, if you guys are watching from that school from Magnolia, I hope you guys are doing well. We were extremely tight knit. Shit was funny. Shit was awesome. I know we were kids and all the other shit, and I hope you're doing well now, but still. But I remember I would be in a computer lab looking at my own YouTube videos and shit, going over, okay, where did I go wrong? Because I would be doing Black Ops 3 videos and shit, right? Hold on, give me a fucking second. I gotta show y'all this shit, right? Dog, I gotta show y'all this shit. So I had a account from a couple of years back, right, called Detach Joker HD. There was this guy that was around in my life called Dreamlogs. Really cool guy. And the only thing I would do on this fucking channel would be live streams. I gotta scroll all the way goddamn down just to. Jesus. Yeah, there we go. I also had a horrible thing of just deleting videos that I would be embarrassed of. So looking back at that now, I wish I didn't do that. But I have borderline old footage from Warframe from fucking 10 years ago and shit like that. GTA as well. Jesus Christ, I'm old. But look, Detached Joker HD. Granted, if you think I'm unhinged now, um, I'm more unhinged now than anything else, but it's more contained. Back then, let's just all pray. Let's just all pray. But the channel was mainly around at that time just for like friends, family, trusted people, instead of just going mainstream because I was always afraid of what people would think and shit. And don't worry, I'm gonna keep circling back into that real fucking good, right? Oh, what the fuck? Trey Young just got traded to the Washington Wizards. Huh? Why the fuck would you want to go to the Wizards, bro? Who knows? Maybe he might ball harder than John Wall when he was there, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Who the fuck first thing wants to actually get traded to the Wizards? Like, hey, at least everyone has an excuse to say, I want to go to a Wizards game now. My bad, I'm a huge basketball fanatic. And yeah, if you say well, yeah, I catch you in the next stream. Belt to ass. But I'm in the classroom, I get back and all this other shit. Some people are talking about me or just bringing up other shit. And I remember I had my phone out because we were in band. I played trumpet and cornet at the time. Cornet's like a trumpet, but it just has a softer sound, right? And this guy peers over at my shit, right? And he's like, "You got a YouTube channel?" He's like, "Let me look at your shit." And I just remember thinking to myself, like, I'm having a fucking panic attack. I'm sitting there going, fuck shit. I'm about to get flame charred. I'm about my self esteem, my man, I was an insecure piece of shit back then. Don't get me wrong. I was an asshole back then. Still kinda now. We're working on it. But I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, everything is it's over. No. They gather around me and they're like, hey, let me look at it. I show them a video and shit they think is funny. In a good way. They're not flame drawing me. They're like, hey, you should keep at this. You'll get paid from this and etc. But I was just sitting there like, wait, y'all actually fuck with this? Yo. Yo, I mean, you would have thought, yo, no, no, no. I got so scared the moment I got back home. I started deleting some videos and shit because I was like, fuck, they gonna look at my channel. They gonna like look at X, Y, and Z. Nope, got to get rid of some stuff. I regret doing that now, but it's funny now thinking about it. But at that time, it was. Anyway, as for public stuff, the reason why I say fear is something that held me back a whole lot is because I would always be afraid of what people think, right? For example, like, I have thick skin now. Now, it depends on whatever the fuck is said. Like, if you make, like, any horrid your mom jokes or, like, some shit like that, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm crashing the fuck out, and it's just planetary devastation, all pain. I'm gonna do you fucking worse than goddamn Hinata being flung through the air like a goddamn frisbee. But I'll see some comments or some shit where it's just like people will call me like a lowly creator. They'll be flame trolling me, whatever the fuck. Well, not really flame trolling. It's either children or people. You get used to it. If the criticism isn't actual criticism, like, let me tell y'all some of this shit too, especially if you want to go into a field like this or just anything as a whole. If someone is going to call you bad, ask why. And if they can't give you a reason why, just take that shit with a pinch of salt and just go, all right, cool. What is it? I always get happy, especially in person, if someone is acting like an asshole or a jerk or whatever to me for no reason. I will have the biggest shit eating grin on my face and be like, yeah, yeah, or whatever. Like if you're working customer service or retail it or some shit like that, right? Something where you're dealing with people more face to face. I will be happy because in my head I'm thinking, damn, if you're acting like this to me for literally no reason, your life has got to be beyond shit. I don't even have to do anything to you at this point. The fucking world will just some divine entity, just everything in between will just straight up go like, life is gonna take care of you for me. I don't got to do shit except for just go, hey, I'm already content because more than likely I won't see you again ever in my life. Try to carry that with you for like a whole lot of things, right? In situations where it's just I've been through so much negative shit now at this point, that's gonna be a topic for another day. But just I always kept thinking about what people thought and all this other shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only people that I genuinely do care about saying shit to me is people that I deem close, my siblings, my dad to a degree, and just some other shit that I deem worthy in that aspect because look, I'm gonna always keep telling you this shit. Life is too damn short. Life is too damn long for you to just go, I need to start doing this, that, and the other shit for other people. This is going to sound entitled, bratty, whatever the hell you want to call it, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from, right? Well, we need chapstick because we got fucking ashy ass lips. Yeah, I know your lips are ashy too. Put some of this shit on, bitch. Okay, I probably shouldn't insult you. My bad. That was like I got like two sets of thinking where it's just like, yeah, my bad for y'all catching strays. That's mean as fuck. Where it's like whatever's on my mind, I'll say it like ball cheese gorilla sandwich, and the other one is thinking like we're actually thinking. Like sometimes y'all will see me say some shit, and I'm just as surprised with y'all. And I'm like, oh, we don't fucked up. But in terms of just that fear as a whole. Yeah, it's easy for you to talk yourself out of it, but it's also easy for you to get into it as well, where you give into it. For example, ever since I was a kid, I had always, whatever the hell I had set my mind to, the sky was the limit. But I learned pretty early on, and I mean as a kid, not preteen, not teen, no nothing. It would just be like, dang, this sucks. I'd set goals. I would set so much shit that I really wanted to set out and do. I mean, some of it still carried on to my teens, preteens, um, late teens, just all that shit, right? And I enjoyed the journey more than the destination. Because once you got to that destination, it would just be like, just feels empty, boring. You got what you wanted. Why keep trying when every time you get the result and shit that you've wanted, things always end up like this? And I don't know if that's the fucking depression talking or whatever the hell. I still suffer from that horribly. But I don't know if it's out of spite or just because I literally can. I still fight against it. I remember I had. This is going to sound crazy, right? This is going to sound crazy. But there was someone that I was with that I had. The last person I had genuinely, and I mean, I felt love. How many times have you genuinely thought you knew what love was or whatever? Not for family, but for someone just completely not related to you, no nothing, like this person that you would genuinely consider your partner. I had thought about casting everything aside, friends, family, the thing that I wanted to be, the things I wanted to be. And I mean everything. Even giving up where I wanted to be, which is, where I'm at now and stuff like that over here in Louisiana. And I was just like, I wanted this to work. That I would give up everything for this person. I don't know if you're still watching all this other shit or if you care, whatever. That's something that sticks with you, even though throughout our life, we did share a moment of time with each other. How do I explain this? It's something you will never forget. Like, think of genuine true love. Look, for those who know, if you know, you know. I don't know. I keep having like these weird things where it's just like I will just be doing something and it's just like you think you're over them or whatever, and it's just boom, flashback, boom, you're fucking doing something, boom, flashback. It's either flashback or flashbang, and it's just what the fuck. I mean, you still moved on, you still did X, Y, and Z, but I say this as something for people to just learn from. Of just like I said, I thought about giving up on everything. Some people, this is a matter of perspective where you think it's noble or you think it's completely foolish. I'm somewhat in the middle of both because, like I said, the main thing is that I hope this person does well, still continues to do well, and that's all that I can say out loud for it. But back to the fear aspect. That's a topic for another day. That I keep bringing up all these topics, and I will go into them at some point in the future. So just keep a lookout for that shit, right? When you're doing something for others, that shit can get exhausting. They will call you selfish the moment you start doing that shit for yourself. Not everyone, but Some some people. For example, like you might be in your 40s, you might be in your 30s, whatever the hell, you might be in your 20s. It doesn't fucking matter. You have people that will tell you, "Oh, when are you going to have children?" Or you know, you. I remember when I had my machinist job, right? Paid real good money by Louisiana standards, right? Oh, my bad. Some of the memories are coming back in this. It's hurtful, but you pick yourself up and you keep moving. But when I had that machinist job, everyone's like, "Yo, look at you. You have a really good paying job. You're real stable. You can support a family. You can do X, Y, and Z. When are you gonna go find a nice lady and have kids and shit of your own?" Bitch, I'm 19. I'm 19. I mean, I had my first fiance at that time, but we will not talk about that. Jesus fucking Christ. Um, I've only had two fiances at this point, but yeah, Jesus Christ, I feel like a fucking divorced dad already. Do I give off divorced dad energy? Or do I just give dad energy as well? Everyone in their fucking mom keeps telling me I do. Shit. I don't know how to feel about it. But like a basketball, we ball. But I kept doing everything that everyone wanted me to do. And some people, it just wasn't enough. They would move the goal or say what I did wasn't enough. I think those two are the same thing, but still. It would be like, "Oh, you did this? Okay, now you must do this." It's just like everyone tells you that, hey, to live life, you must do this. To live life, you must do that. And this is the part where I'm going to sound extremely crazy coming in, right? I'm still in the firm belief once you have children, your life is no longer yours at that point. Yes, it is selfish to not have kids, but at the same time, what parent wouldn't want to give their child the entire fucking world? What parent wouldn't want to see them develop and become the fine person that they will be? I've always had the core belief of like, hey, I'm not going to abandon my kid, at least the ones I fucking know of. I say that because it's just, look, I don't know if I have any baby mamas or any shit like that, but hi, if you happen to be a child of mine, please, like I said, reach out. I'm not a fucking deadbeat. I don't know about child support. I will support you directly. I would be very upset at your mom for not telling me about your existence and all that other shit. But my bad, I'm rambling. That's a topic for another day. Should I fucking call that one child support or just baby mamas? Fuck it, I'll just do both. Child support, baby mama. Yeah, let me leave that be. I'm trying to sound like a fucking ninja. I almost said something besides ninja, but we're gonna ignore that. But I started going off and doing things for myself. I wanted to live life how I wanted to live. And you've had plenty of ups and downs where it's just you fail at something, people will go like, "Oh, look, you did this, you did that," and it's just this is going to sound crazy. I've been through so much crazy and kooky shit to where it's just if I feel like I'm not doing some stuff like that, I feel like it's the only stuff that excites me, you know? Some people do prefer the stability, some people do prefer like the slower paces and aspects, all that other shit of life. And me is because I've been doing it for so long for what I felt like it's just it became stale and boring. Not anything wrong against you if you do want that. It's just it just wasn't for me. And I would get very into my feelings and get upset at those people and be like, you know what? You're not wrong about this, but it's just like I get that some other people have been through the same shit that I have, and they're trying to warn me and tell me and shit like that, but it's just at that time, what was going through my head was, oh, I was an arrogant asshole. I was thinking to myself, like, you've never done some shit like this or whatever. You haven't gone through it. And it's like, yeah, sometimes I do know it's a bad idea, but it's like taking a risk. I have so much stories from just some of the shit that I've done. Oh, the trips, the things, just, mm, don't know if I can say some of them out loud, but no, I could. I just have to be extremely creative with my wording. But it's like I would go out somewhere thinking that, hey, this is going to work only for it to turn into an, oh, we're now getting shot at, existential crises, babysitting. Ooh, man, it feels like fucking regular show. I'm still finding out what works for me, and when I do find it, hey, I'll share it with you. But for now, I feel like what, no, not feel like, what I know is I will continue to keep doing this type of stuff. Because the moment you go against what people ask of you, etc., where you're genuinely looking out for yourself, and look, I implore you, if you don't have kids and shit like that, take a little bit of risk, see what magic and shit you can make. See if you can get something to shake, because think about it, all the people that you tend to admire, etc., etc., how many times have they failed at something before they really got to somewhere where it's just like, it's like a fucking video game. Think about it. You can fail as many times as you want, but win one time. It's like sports, right? Think about like fucking basketball. How many people used to be trash at dribbling, used to be trash at X, Y, and Z, and then they practice. They developed and honed their shit, and boom, superstar. Not that you have to shoot for superstar, not that you have to shoot for incredible shit all the time. It's good to go out there and achieve those things, but to think where you can carry yourself, not other people. I've learned that you have to move with the intent, the things, the etc. that you want, whether you want it by any means necessary, or you don't want to be a blatant jerk and stomp on everyone to get whatever the hell you want. I do believe that, unfortunately, not in a karmic sense, not karma, in the sense of just, hey, if you do something, not gonna lie to you, expect it to be done back to you. But there's also plenty of people who do good stuff and bad stuff still happens to them. There's plenty of people who do bad stuff and, oh yeah, the good stuff they're getting, crazy. But it's like tolerating disrespect and shit, for example, right? If you let someone call you a name or whatever the hell that you don't like, they're going to keep doing it, maybe making it worse until you end up doing something about it. For example, like, I used to get bullied a whole lot, mainly because I was the weird, crazy kid, and I didn't know how to fight. I don't know, I'm nothing. Sometimes it would be physical, sometimes it would be mental. But through that shit, I learned, let me use some of the tactics that they have used against me on them. And they didn't like it. Then my mother bestowed upon me the gift of creativity. Same thing with this amazing teacher named Mr. Neal. Oh, when I tell you, if you messed up in his class, the creative punishments he would give you, my condolences. My condolences. I remember one time I messed up with something. He made me go outside, stand on top of some tables and shit in the courtyard where there were adjoining buildings where, they had multiple windows and shit, so they could be able to look outside if they wanted to, and made me dance like a fucking chicken. Granted, the thing is, I still had no shame at that time, so I remember my crazy ass would run. I would run all the way downstairs, start barking, cooing and shit like a chicken, going bark, bark, bark. And I remember barking and shit. And then I just went back inside and said, "Hey, am I off the hook now?" No, he would just give me another punishment because I enjoyed that. GG. Like I said, try to live for yourself if possible. Now, if you have other responsibilities, obligations, and shit like that, hey, go take care of that. Remember, you're still always going to be there too, and help yourself. Help yourself so that way, if you want to, you can help those who are less fortunate, help those that you care about. Just keep sticking around. You'd be surprised at what will happen. I tried so much dark shit against myself to where it was just, yeah, yeah. But I sit here and I just go, you know what? I'm glad I stuck around. Like I said, this year alone seems like it's going to be a very interesting one. I'm going to be 23 literally next week. That feels weird. Time feels like it's moving by fast. I remember telling my siblings when I was 18, give me 5 years, and I promise I will try to give y'all the fucking world. Sometimes I feel like a dummy for saying that because it's just within that 5 year period, I feel like I haven't been able to give them what I have said. But I see them developing into the very fine people that they are now, influenced by me, influenced by their friends, and influenced by my parents. And speaking of that, I got a sister who's going to be turning into an adult and graduating high school pretty soon, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm so fucking not even proud, just beyond proud. Like, I need like another word for that. But I also dread it for her too because it's just like, hey, if you want to take like a gap year or whatever to just figure out what you want to do, go for it. I support any to everything that you do. I just don't want her to be lost, stuck in the abyss, all the dark things that I was in whenever I was her age. Because granted, at that age, so much had happened to me. I was broken. I had no way of fixing that. And my bad if this gets dark. Not even a month after I had turned 18, my mom passed away. I still remember going up to her in her bed in the living room. My bad, the den. As soon as there was light outside, she was still up. She was bedridden, but very fucking stubborn. Because she would try to get out the bed and we'd be like, you can't do that. You don't have to shrink, no nothing. She was a goddamn fighter. She was. I remember looking at her and going, hey, guess what? I'm 18 today. I'm an adult. And I remember just, I just remember like the tears coming down her eyes, and she had like this gigantic fucking smile. And she let out like a huge whoopee, woohoo, all that other shit. I remember I wanted to break down in that moment, but I just sat there and I just danced a little bit with her. And yeah, yeah. I always feel bad for my sister because she was 13 when it all happened and just Bam, we're here 5 years later, you know? But the biggest thing I can tell you guys is just you make the most out of what you have, you work on it, and you get there. The way how you want, maybe you ask others. That's another thing. Do not be afraid to ask. Never be afraid to ask. It sucks at first, but the way how I would say you build up like some like stuff over like public fear or just some fear as a whole is you tackle it, right? You look at it head on and just go, hey, yeah, this sucks. Let me try it to see if it really does suck. And you either learn, hey, I don't know why I was that afraid of it, or yeah, that super sucks. But if I go through it again, at least I kind of have a clue and idea on how to deal with it because in my limited experience with life and shit now being 23 is like I said, I hate public speaking, but I can do it pretty good. That's why I'm able to communicate and shit with you now. The way how I got over it is just by striking up conversations with random strangers and shit. Or just talking to people that you are familiar and trusted with. You learn how to approach people different. You learn how to talk different. You learn so many perspectives that you're able to take it into your own, craft that into something like a goddamn dying light weapon or a just any zombie game with fucking crafting mechanics, I guess, and just go, hey, we know what to do. We know that this is going to suck, but we got this tool, this mental tool, in most cases where, yeah, we got it. We got it. Or just think of a fucking Destiny raid. Yeah, truly for those, if you know, you know. Or that new hobby that you've always wanted to do, like doing backflips and shit. Yeah, you got the fear of cracking your fucking neck, but you would never be able to do a backflip unless you just goddamn try. Have a bunch of pads, have a bunch of protective stuff, and if you land on your neck, hopefully you're pretty fucking good. And keep trying until you get to the area that you want to. It's like working out and shit, right? People think, I've been working out for 2 weeks, I've been working out for 1 week. Why don't I see any results? Stick with it, damn it. Stick with it, damn it. Just stick with it. I know it's easy for me to say that, but just, and I know this is cliche. You're not going to see it right away, but with how your body is screaming at you and stuff, there's some progress. Look, ignore the result and shit. Admire the progress, the journey is the best thing I can say. Because once you get there, it may not be what you wanted it to be. It could be a lot greater. Wow. We've crept up on the hour mark. I'll end it off by saying this. You are loved. You're welcomed. I admire you. But find out what makes you you. Have fun with it. I'll always still keep saying life is too short and life is too long. So just be kinder to yourself, whatever the fuck. Hmm. Make something, actually. Make anything. publish it, see where it goes. Or you don't have to publish it, just look at it.